It's just money. It's made up. Pieces of paper with pictures on it so we don't have to kill each other just to get something to eat. It's not wrong, and it's certainly no different today than it's ever been. 1901, 07, 29, 1937, 1974, 1987, Jesus, 92, 97, 2000, and whatever we want to call this. It's all just the same thing over and over. We can't help ourselves. We just react. And we make a lot of money if we get it right.
Welcome to Market Makers, everyone. Your home for tomorrow's TA today. The next 9 days, this is the runway we have to Powell. Remember, July 30th, Powell decides whether or not to cut rates. He is not anticipated. The market is not expecting him to cut rates. It's going to mark a top. August 1st, we have the tariffs kicking in. I don't think, by the way, Trump is going to change that. August 1st, because the next meeting is not till September. And if he wants the Fed to start cutting, he needs to have the tariffs at whatever levels they're going to be at. So August 1st makes sense. So there's a lot of catalysts, guys. Come Wednesday, we have a couple more Mag 7 reporting. Look at the targets. Look how the TA has played out this year. By the way, thank you so much for all those really kind comments. I'm really happy to see so many people have profited from the forecasting and the TA this year. I think that's absolutely awesome. It's a lot of fun to do this. I'm retired, and it's a lot of fun to do this, especially when everything plays out and you get these massive swings in the marketplace. So real quick, guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to come join me, come hang out with myself, my staff, the Discord members, check out marketmakers.trade. That's our website. I would love to see you on the Discord. If you want all of our members only videos, you can do that through YouTube. Click the join button on YouTube, get my education, get all of our videos that we produce. They're all there for members only as well. Let's look and see what we have playing out. First of all, let's do a greed update. You greedy bastards. We are at a 76 still in extreme greed. 76. No significant retracements ever since we looked at this and called the bottom, shared those trades for big moves up, guys. Look at where we are right now on ES futures. We are at 63.71. Remember, my target, which has been in place now for 6 months, 64.36, 65.22. That's what we're looking for price to get to. And you're just $60 away from the lower end of that target. The NASDAQ's already there. And again, the key thing we're looking for is the market to do what it has done the last 2 Julys in a row. Produce a top, a fractal pattern, produce a top, and give us our 10% drop. That's what we're looking for in the marketplace. Get that 10% drop, the base, and then we're going up to our blow-off top targets, guys. 71.22, 74.42, just calling it 7,000 and 7,500. But that's what's going to happen in the marketplace. Very exciting times to be in the market. Let's move forward. If we look at this, a simplified version, summer rally target, 64.36, 65.22. We're going to cover the spider, the Qs, don't worry. Got a couple of stocks like Tesla and Hood on here as well. NASDAQ, of course. And we're looking at this, again, this is going to grind up, I believe. We're going to get there by Powell. The retracement level. So as price keeps rising, retracements can change, right? So I have this targeted here at 64.36. If we get that 64.36 target and we find a top there, again, it could go up to 65.22, but I'm looking for a retracement. Remember, we have a capitulation gap down there at the 5,700 range. Could easily see this retrace somewhere between the 382, the 50%. And again, when you look at the averages of what you've done the last 2 years, basically 10.5%. Well, 10.5% has been your average. That's about 10.75, 11%. Right in there, right in that 57.50. 58.22, somewhere in here, guys, you're going to be looking at a 9, 10, 11% retracement. The wall of money that will enter the market from everybody that missed the rally on Wall Street is going to be massive and is going to propel price strongly to the upside. Could the S&P top as early as January? It could. That's what we did in 2021, right? We run out to January. NASDAQ topped in November. Bitcoin topped in November. S&P went to January 3rd. What if this move takes longer? What if the target is higher, like 7,500? Then I'm looking at the spring equinox, guys. Same thing that happened in .com. You topped on the day of the spring equinox, so you'd be looking at end of March into April. Either way, don't know which way it's going to play out there, but I know the next move is going to be a summer top. and then a drop, and then a massive move to the upside. Now, if Powell surprised the market and cut, I mean, that's an outlier, right? It's an outlier. I think it's like 20% chance that he cuts, but it's an outlier. But if he did cut, I think you're going up, right? And this could run up into the fall if Powell cuts. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't think he's cutting, okay? My base case is still this. Summer top like the last 2 years, and then we drop, okay? We're going to drop 9, 10, 11%. We're just calling it 10%. We're going to get that retracement, and we're going to be long down here. That's the key, because this is a massive, massive move that will happen with this influx of money. And I want to get short up here as we build a top. Let's move forward. What about our pivots? Look how they're playing out. Look, guys, look at the Wyckoff fractal, right? We talk about this stuff all the time. You can learn this in my education series. Look at the Wyckoff fractal playing out, chopping, whoop, breaking out. Here's your next pivot, July 24th. Could that signal that we start getting some more sideways action or topping action? Do we just go past it? Again, with Powell on the 30th, we'll see how this plays out, but I want to get the S&P to target. Very important, because I want to get those targets met on Fibonacci. When you look at this on a 3-hour time frame on S&P futures, you can see how no matter what time frame you look at, if you understand fractal patterns, they repeat over and over again. What am I talking about? The triple top. 1 hour time frame, 3-hour time frame. Here's your Wyckoff fractal. You see the price movements in your fractal. You have your top 1, top 2, top 3. What does it do? False break to the downside, down thrust or Wyckoff spring. Exit the trading range, back test the trading range, Livermore pivot. Anybody's been watching this channel for the last couple of years, you heard me talk about all these concepts over and over again. And now you got your breakout to the upside, taking out that fractal, and we're not that far away in the smaller pattern, that 64.58. Look at this. I mean, you're going to get to target, guys. This is what's amazing, is that these targets have been here for 6 months, right? You don't know the future. You don't know what world wars are going to happen, the whole tariff event. But the Fibonacci ratios play out if you understand the cycle and the patterns to look for. So this will be fantastic if it gets up there to target and starts building our top. Let's look at the spider. Spider again, 642 to 654. That's my target. We're at 631. So you're just $11 away from the lower end of that target. Watch 642 to 654. Be looking for topping structure. And again, this retracement level is based off of 642, but you have 580, 561, 2 key retracements for a downside move. And then you're going up 700 on the spider, 750, right? Those are my max bull case, market top case. So we're going to look at that. Triple Qs, guys, you got the target just like the NASDAQ. The low end of that target was 559.37. You're at 565. 587 was my upper end on the triple Qs. Watch 575 as well. Again, we have a couple Mag 7 reporting Wednesday. Earnings have been good. Overall, the market's in max greed. It is bullish. This is when people get really euphoric. The Qs have been outperforming. NASDAQ's been outperforming. You're seeing it in the chart. So just watch these levels for topping action. Moving forward, NASDAQ, 23,401. Where's this going to retrace to? Again, this is all going to depend where we get the top from, but we have that capitulation gap at 20,250, right around that area. That could be a retracement. If it's really shallow, it could be 20,700. Could just be literally a couple thousand points, right? The 10% move. But the NASDAQ typically retraces more than the S&P. So it's all, again, understand the hierarchical structure of the marketplace. Whatever the S&P does, it drives the global markets. If the S&P does fall 10%, NASDAQ's going to do a few extra points. Could be 12, could be 13 to 15. It's going to fall more. Same with Bitcoin. If NASDAQ does 10, 15%, Bitcoin's going to at least 2x that. That's how it's worked out historically, okay? So just keep that in mind. But we got to see where this stops. There's no point looking at retracements when you're moving up. NASDAQ targets. Let's go ahead and look at this. On a smaller pattern, guys, I'm watching 23.7, 23.8. You're at 23.4 right now. I want to see if we get some topping action in that 23.7, 23.8 area. Again, based off of a smaller ABC that I'm looking at. So NASDAQ's outperforming. So really, if you want to see how high the NASDAQ gets, see where the S&P stops, okay? Mag 7's driven this. AI adjacent tech rally has driven this. So see where the S&P stops. It'll give you an idea of what's happening with the tech and with the NASDAQ. Look at Tesla. We got our beautiful coil, right? You're in your beautiful coil. Is it going to break out to the upside or the downside? As of right now, you're just coiling, okay? So this can break out either way. We can look at this. Again, this all is going to depend on what happens here if Tesla's going to participate in this rally, if it's just going to keep coiling. Want to see a retest a little bit higher there, maybe at 340 level. But if you get this wave 4, your wave 5 could easily be back down to test the base, right? Or it could start breaking down to a lower level if this is going to start retracing. May not actually do the retracement until the index does, but if this is going to break out to the upside, your 5 count, because your wave 5 is your breakout, guys, when you're looking at these structures. If you're looking at this from the upside, right? Here's your 4. Let's say 4 comes back and back tests this as it closes the mouth, and your wave 5 would be a breakout to the upside. But right now, you're just in a coil. You'd have to take out that fractal at 367, and you have to take out that downside fractal at 271. You're literally in the middle. You're like at 330. So you're just coiling. This could resolve either way. We look at the volume. You see it in the volume too. You're setting an absorption line here going back and forth, back and forth. We'll see if Tesla participates or if it sells off some and gives you another buying opportunity. Our last Tesla trade went what, 66%, 70%, I think is what it went. We look at Hood, guys, it got right up into my box here, 113 to 119.84, so basically 120. 1618 was 99.62, 100. You can see it tackled this, it sold off, broke back above. It's throwing up some capitulation candles right now, some dojis right now. But if it does participate, right, as the NASDAQ grinds up, as the NASDAQ grinds up, but also as the S&P grinds up. Remember, the S&P is getting close to target now, so you're going to start seeing topping action. Watch Hood at this range where it already got to 113. See if you're going to hold above 105, and if it starts topping out, you're going to get a retracement in Hood as well when the markets top and then sell off. The summer top, summer drop, don't let that get you down, because even if you don't like to short the market, being able to buy those lows when a tidal wave of money enters the market, you're going up, and you're going up fast, and you're going up hard, and it should be a blow off top, which would be absolutely beautiful. Mwah! All right, guys, see you on the next update. Watch my Bitcoin video. Talk to you on X. Hope to see you in the Discord.